So intonation and stress. First of all, we have intonation. So intonation is the rising and lowering of your voice. It's that pitch level, the rising and lowering. Hear that? Rise and lower. Okay, that's the intonation pattern. I talked about intonation in terms of kind of rising at the end of sentences, yes or no sentences or questions, and lowering on most other sentences. We talked about choice intonation. We talked about all these different ways of using intonation. Now I want to talk about how it relates to stress and that sentence stress that we talked about. So sentence stress or stress, whether it be in a syllable or a word, we talked about how that stress needs to be longer, louder, with a higher pitch and more emphasis, okay? That higher pitch is referring to intonation. You cannot have sentence stress or any kind of stress in American English without using intonation, okay? That rising of your pitch is intonation, okay? So that's how those two are interconnected. There can't be stress without intonation. Your intonation and that rising of your pitch is what creates that stress. It's a little bit longer, it's a little bit louder, but it always has to have that little bit higher pitch or we don't have correct stress. So when we're referring to the rhythm, we always talk about that stress, that stressed word or that stressed syllable being those peaks. And then the valleys are those unstressed sounds. So we create this rhythm of stressed and unstressed sounds and syllables. So let's talk a little bit more about that connection between intonation and stress. Okay, a lot of my students, what I'll hear them saying is when they're stressing words, it's almost like they're pushing them. Okay, so they're saying them longer and louder and with more emphasis, and they're kind of pushing the word out of them. I don't want that. I want you to think of it in terms of going up and over a hill, okay? So when we're saying it longer and louder, it's because we're going up and down and up and down and up and down that hill, okay? So it can be, using this stress pattern or the rhythm of English, doesn't always have to be loud in those stressed words. It can be quiet. We can say, go up and over the hill, go up and over the hill, go up and over. It's in that pitch that creates that stress, okay? So really I want you to think about that stress pattern as going up and down these hills. And the more that you kind of think of it as up and down the hills, the more that you'll create that nice fluid flow